county steering group meeting specifically to deal with the issues of drought mitigation. As we all know, we are in a period of a very serious, ravaging, devastating drought. Probably the worst drought by some estimates for over 40 years or 50 years. Livestock across the county is perishing. There's a serious food deficit causing serious nutritional problems for the vulnerable people amongst us, the very elderly, the under fives, the lactating and expectant mothers. The drought crisis is a food crisis, it's a water crisis, it's a health crisis, and it's also a livestock crisis. And we've come together as the county government, the national government, development partners and agencies, non-governmental actors in the humanitarian space, and leadership at all levels, at national, at county, to try and see how to address this emergency phase of the drought. We have taken stock of what everyone is doing. We have looked at our coordination structures. We have agreed on what needs to be done immediately. We have also agreed on what support we will be seeking from the national steering group that's coordinating the drought mitigation at the national level under the leadership of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. So as a county government, beginning today, we want to step up the tracking of water to communities and to settlements, and we have asked our water department to bear the cost of all the fuel and all the allowances of drivers. Will be using 23 water bowsers that belong to the Department of Water and to Wajir Water and Sewerage Company at no cost to the public. The county government will foot the fuel bill, it will pay the allowance of drivers, and these vehicles will be doing trips round the clock to try and reach communities that are in need. 2, we will be purchasing foodstuff on an emergency basis to supplement and complement whatever food we are getting from the national government. Even as we beseech the National Steering Committee, because the county's capacity is only so much, to upscale the food ration to be distributed to these counties, the worst affected counties that are in red alert, to try and reach as many people as possible.
Well, we co-chair the county steering group, and on part of the national government, I think the relief supplies have already arrived in all the 13 sub-counties across the county. And my appeal, because we did invite the deputy county commissioners and the sub-county administrators to this meeting, that food should go to the vulnerable of the vulnerable, and there should be no misuse of the same. Yeah.
I must say I was very much encouraged by the meeting this morning with all the stakeholders as we find ourselves in a very precarious situation, once again dealing with drought and all the troubles it comes with. Our people are suffering lack of water, lack of pasture for their livestock, with the animals getting weaker and weaker. We agreed with all the stakeholders who are gathered in this room behind me today, led by the governor and the county commissioner, that we're not going to allow our people to suffer like they've done in the past. And especially the last drought, which we saw huge and wanton deaths of livestock numbers, and also people also facing all the suffering that we saw they suffered. This time round, I am very much encouraged to say that we are ready. The county government is doing its bit, the national government is doing its bit, our development and aid partners are doing their bit, and together we will be able to alleviate most of the suffering of the people. I would like to thank the county governor, His Excellency Ahmed Abdullahi, for his magnanimity in choosing to rejig his little budget to ensure that some of it is reserved to supplementing whatever efforts we've been getting from the national government. The food we have so far received from the national government has been very little. It has helped, yes, but it's been very little. We're expecting more. The governor is ready to add his bit. The other aid agencies who were gathered here today are also adding whatever contribution they can, and that way we are going to help our people not suffer as much as they have done in the past. In my constituency, Wajir South, we have a huge population of people coming from different parts, some of them from Garissa, some of them from other parts of Wajir. We have some coming from as far as Mandera. And this is exerting a lot of pressure on the existing boreholes, because most of the dams and the water ponds have dried up, and there are frequent breakages. And I'm sure the governor and his team are willing and happy to deal with that whenever it happens and in the swiftest way possible.